Thanks for joining us on Motormouths, presented by Toyota. Hello, everyone. Indy road course behind us now, and Michael McDowell got his second career win, and this one was well earned. Crew chief Steve Letarte seemed like they did everything right in Indy.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while we have a race that is very easy to understand, and that is what the Indy road course ended up being, right? It started with a good execution in qualifying, keeping that track position, making no mistakes, and with a real lack of cautions throughout the race. The fastest team, the fastest driver won the race. And I'd love to say more than that, Jeff, but every once in a while, it's straightforward. It's right in front of you. Michael McDowell had opportunities to make some mistakes, but he made none big enough to cost himself the victory, and it was very impressive.
Yeah, really impressive. Great speed all weekend. We've seen it on the road races. He's been very, very, really good on road races. No wins, not leading tons and tons of laps, but by far the most consistent guy all year long. And this day, he had the most speed. When I say the most speed, it wasn't by a lot, though. That battle between he, Suarez, Chase Elliott, it was intense. Reddick was in there a little bit, and all three of them, given the right track position at the right time, would have had a great chance to win this race. But that's what makes this even that much more impressive. This small team was able to take the battle to the big teams and just a heavyweight fight. Just, hey, who's going to hit the hardest? Who's going to do it the best? And Michael McDowell and his team did it.
Jeff, you bring up a great point there. Michael McDowell has 2 career wins. His first one came at Daytona, and if we remember back to that, there was a wreck. So a couple of guys wrecked in front of him. He was able to squirt through. He gets that win. This one was completely different in the sense that he went out there and 82 laps he put together, more or less perfect laps to stay in front of everybody because there was only one caution. He just had to make every corner work. And for a driver, how hard is that?
Well, physically, it's really hard. And after the race, I had some drivers tell me there were a lot of drivers that were pretty whipped, that it was pretty intense on them. And then do it at the level where you got a guy like Chase Elliott. We know how good he is on road courses. Suarez, we know how good he is on road courses. To be able to do it for that amount of time with very few mistakes, and certainly none, like to Steve's point, none big enough to cost you the race. So just an impressive run by these guys. I don't want to overstate this, but this is a team that can be a little bit dangerous in the playoffs. And in no way am I saying that they're going to go win the championship, but this is a team that can hurt you and move bigger teams out of the playoffs because of their consistency. It'd be interesting to see what kind of battle they can bring to them.
Well, and if you add on to that, I think this team has the potential to be dangerous for a little bit of time. Remember, this is coming off the heels of Front Row Motorsports letting the world know that they're committed to Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland for next year. And I think that was news, and everybody was excited to hear it, but we probably didn't expect this on the heels of that news. So now you have McDowell proves he can win at the speedways by winning the 500, proves he can win at the road courses with this monster win at Indianapolis. Todd Gilliland, young in his career, continuing to grow. You see the kind of reemergence of RFK, and now you have to start asking yourself, what about Front Row, right? With Ford and that blue oval, what are they going to be able to do to continue to support this growth of Front Row? Because I think that has to be their long-term vision.
And Jeff, you brought up a great point, and I know that you want to savor a win and kind of live in the moment, but we always look forward. And you brought up playoffs. So with only 6 playoff points now, he'll be in the bottom 4. Is it going to be a fight to even get out of the first round of the playoffs?
Well, yes, it will be. It'll be a very, very difficult fight. But again, they are a very consistent race team, and they come in with nothing to lose. They're going to come into the playoffs with tons of energy, tons of excitement. They're going to, there's not high expectations on this team. So, we've seen teams falter in the first rounds. Well, heck, we've seen teams falter in every round. So, he's going to be behind, a guy like Tyler Reddick, a guy like Joey Logano. There's no question. But if they go into the playoffs and don't make mistakes, they could advance themselves through.
The only thing I'll add is Travis Peterson, on the heels of his first ever win at the Brickyard, in his interview was already looking ahead. The emotion of the moment was setting in, but he clearly said, I can't wait for Watkins Glen. Why can't we go win there? Why can't we score more playoff points? So Will that happen? I don't know. It was his second career win. I don't think we want to get ahead of ourselves, but I do think that McDowell has the ability to go have another great run at Watkins Glen. Now, what does great run mean? Does he win? Does he not win? I don't know, but it all starts with qualifying. If he can start up front, he's going to have a really good shot early on in stage one to get one more playoff point.
They definitely have momentum, not only Michael McDowell, but Front Row Motorsports. Thanks for joining us on Motormouths, presented by Toyota.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.